Live from the leader of high school football coverage in the Permian Basin, this is First Alert 7's Friday Night Blitz. Brought to you by Odessa College, United Supermarkets, and Dr. Pepper. Now, here's First Alert 7 Sports Director Jair Brooks Davis and Jensen Young.
And welcome back to the Permian Basin's most in-depth and most experienced high school football show, where we cover the most games. And now we are here for our extended blitz. We can dive more into our local scores, our highlights, and what we've learned about the teams. Jensen, what have you learned so far about your team? Or, well, whichever team you cover tonight.
Yes, so, I cover the Midland Christian Mustangs tonight. It's a very good game for them. We'll see the highlights in just a little bit. They went up against the Friendship Tigers. A little bit of a preview for what our 6As here in Midland Odessa will be seeing when they take on Friendship in their district games. But I know you had a pretty good game to cover.
Yes, well, at least the first half it was.
Yes.
Now, Permian, they were looking to remain undefeated as they hosted Alabama Carver tonight. We're going to start out with Carver's Tarwan Johnson. He looks to his left. He finds Dimitri Howard. He's able to evade the defense. He'll take this all the way to the house for the touchdown as he's left untouched. Ooh. Now, Carver led 6-0 in the second quarter. Permian looking for momentum on offense. Jacob Garcia finds Landon Robles with the reception. Now, he gets dragged out of bounds by the face mask.
Ooh, ouch.
Now, that puts Mojo on the goal line. That means the man himself, Gavin Black, is able to make his way to the end zone for the touchdown. Mojo went up 7-6 with the extra point. Now, after the defense had to stop, Black once again picks up more yards, setting himself up at the goal line. And then right after, he's able to get the handoff, and he's able to make it back for TD number 2 of the night. Let's just check out the final score. It was Permian 41, Carver 6. So that the 6 points that Permian gave up turned out to be a non-factor tonight.
Yeah, shutout defense after that point. 41 points for the offense. 5-0 record. You see that at the bottom of your screen. Perfect undefeated 5-0 for the Permian Panthers. How about that?
Perfect 5-0 heading into the bye week for the Permian Panthers. Now, they will be going up eventually against the Friendship Tigers, Jensen.
Yes, they definitely will be. And Friendship tonight, we got a little bit of a preview for them against Midland Christian. The 1-3 Mustangs taking on the 3-1 Tigers. Now, Friendship is averaging 51 points a game, and they got started very quick here. Holden Phillips snaps, looks around, and he finds his man, Chase Campbell. Early 7-0 lead, but Midland Christian brought this game to life and gave that 6A school the best that they had. Here, guys, stacked to the left. Brady Young gets the snap. He takes it to the left, follows his blocks, and he's brought down inside the 10. But the very next play, everyone again shifts, and he gets the snap once again. Brady Young will dive forward for the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs. Midland Christian would force a punt, and they would then get the ball back on the half-yard line here, and who else but Brady Young? He punches it in. It is ruled a touchdown, and Midland Christian has a lead late in the first half, but about 10 seconds to go. Inside the 5, Phillips snaps, rolls, but throws left across his body. It's caught. Noah Ingram. Friendship ties the game at 14-all going into halftime, and what a game this was. 1 point separated the two teams. Friendship, though, getting the best of the Midland Christian Mustangs. Midland Christian drops to 1-4 on the year.
Very tough, well, pretty tough through 5 games for Midland Christian. As for the Friendship Tigers, if I'm another 6A team in this district, I'd be looking over at Friendship and seeing what they did to seeing what they did against Midland Christian, and I'll be licking my lips thinking about, what I can do defensively against the Friendship Tigers.
Yeah, the thing is, though, you have to look at the other 4 games that Friendship has had. Like I said, they average 58 points a game coming into tonight. They still put up 35, so the average has come down. But prior to that, 233 points through 4 games this season. So I'm still a little bit nervous about their offense, but this, if I'm any of the other 6A schools in their district, I do agree. I think that this gives me at least a little bit of confidence that my defense can stop them.
Well, they have Chase Campbell and Leighton Stone. Those 2 guys have been heavily recruited by Texas Tech and Joey McGuire. And that's Friendship I'm talking about, their receivers. So, yeah, Friendship is definitely a team that has a great chance of winning District 2 6A, so we'll definitely keep an eye on them.
Yes. Now, we heard about Permian tonight. We don't have any other 6As playing tonight, and that's because Odessa is going to be playing tomorrow night. They'll play Killian Ellison tomorrow at Shotwell Stadium. That game's at 1 p.m. As for the Middle Legacy Rebels, they got their first win last week in pretty exciting fashion. but they will also be playing tomorrow as well. That game is at 2. They're playing the Ruston Bearcats. That team is out of Louisiana.
They are the defending state champions from Louisiana.
Ooh.
And they will be playing in Arlington over at
Choctaw.
Choctaw
Stadium.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the old Rangers ballpark, but now it's called Choctaw Stadium. So nice opportunity for the Legacy Rebels to play in that stadium. I've seen a lot of other high school football teams playing in that stadium. And then I'm sure a lot of you all are thinking about what's going to happen with Midland High. Now, Midland High, they're off this week. This is their bye week, and they're going to play against Santa Lucia's Florida next Friday.
Yes, should be exciting. I mean, hey, being from Florida, I didn't go to Santa Lucia's, but hey, it's still a Florida team. I don't know. It'll be a tough one. I know how good high school football can be in Florida. I know it's very good in Texas as well. I think it definitely could turn into a very fun matchup between those two teams.
Now, they also have some Division One. They have some Division One prospects over for Santa Lucia, so it's going to be a nice opportunity to see what the Bulldogs defense is going to do.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, let's get to some more games. Greenwood hosting Pecos, and what a night it was for the Rangers. Nathaniel Romero gets the give here. He says, "Get off of me," and breaks someone's ankles there. Touchdown Greenwood. Now here's Romero again, shoving through a couple of Eagles defenders. Touchdown for the Rangers, and watch this. He gets lifted way up in the air off screen. Now Pecos throwing, but it's jumped by the Rangers. Josiah Galindo gets it, and he would return it for 6. Greenwood having their way with Pecos. Now Pecos would get into the end zone a couple of times, but here Colt Salgado throws for Jesus Navarro. Touchdown for the Eagles, but it ended up being a massive win for Greenwood. Let's look at that final score, 56-29 in favor of Greenwood. Greenwood is now 4-1 on the season as Pecos drops to 2-3.
Now their only loss so far in the year was very close. That is Greenwood. So, yeah, a lot of confidence if I'm Brian Hill going forward when it comes to District 4A. Now, we also had some more 4A games going on. Fort Stockton, they were over at Lubbock Liberty. The Patriots debuting their brand new football stadium, even had a flyover during the pregame.
Love a good flyover.
Now, on the opening drive of the game, the Patriots make it look easy. Colin Bitcher over to Will Hudson for the first touchdown at the Patriots' new stadium. Now, Fort Stockton was not going down without a fight. They're 4-0, and Cash Norman, this time he's going to find Rylan Nunez. He breaks free and he sees daylight ahead. He'll take it across the goal line for 6. Now, on the ensuing extra point, it's able to get blocked. Now, the Patriots, they're going to block this, and that's Cameron Colley. He's going to take it down the right sideline, utilizing his blockers in front of him. Cuts it across the field, and he will eventually be brought down, but not before a great effort by the special teams. We'll check out the final score. It was Fort Stockton's first loss of the season as they fall to the Liberty Patriots, 35-28.
All right, well, Greenwood getting a little bit of a sneak preview in favor, or thanks to the Fort Stockton Panthers, because they'll be taking on the Lubbock Liberty Patriots next week for them. But yeah, first loss of the year for Fort Stockton. Yeah, I mean, 4-0 was great, and they definitely deserve that, but I guess maybe it's just a matter of time until you meet the brand new stadium of the Patriots, and yeah, maybe that flyover helped.
Well,
love a good flyover.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that you don't naturally see with high school football. You're going to see that on opening days of baseball games and football games, or even during regular season football games or playoff football games. In the NFL, that is, though. But when it comes to the Fort Stockton Panthers, though, they're definitely a team that you have to keep an eye on going forward. I'm excited to see what they're going to be able to do in district.
Yeah, I think that our 4A district is really shaping up to look pretty good. Greenwood is looking very impressive. Fort Stockton is very impressive. Both teams are 4-1 now, And then Monaghan's was incredible last year. It's also another 4A team. I think that this could be a very interesting district schedule for our 4A teams.
Yes, and plus district realignment and everything.
Yes.
Now we also had some more action going on over in Wink. It was
Before we get to that, actually, it is about the Wink game. But let's check out. Let's do our band of the week. Let's check it out.
Here's tonight's Band of the Week, brought to you by America's Wholesale Furniture.
So we had Coahoma and Wink face off in Band of the Week. Let's see who won. It was Coahoma. They got the win 636 to Wink's 147. Total votes 783. So Kahoma and Wink faced off earlier tonight. Here come the Wink Wildcats. So we're going to start this off with quarterback Lane Lusby. He gets the handoff over to running back Hamad Fashawn. He's able to elude the defense. He's going to take this all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. This puts Wink up early. Now Kahoma Bulldogs is quarterback Boyd Cox. He's able to run it himself for the Bulldogs' his first touchdown. So Jensen, it looks like we're tied right here.
All right.
So off of another handoff later on, it's the former player of the week for Sean. He gets his second touchdown of the night. Now let's go back to his quarterback. This time it's going to be Lusby. When he loads up Lusby, he's able to find wide receiver Timothy Montoya for the third touchdown of the night for the Wink Wildcats. We'll check out the final score to this game. Wink, they were able to get the win tonight 51-40 over the Kahoma Bulldogs.
All right, Kahoma's first loss on the year, 4 straight wins for Wink. They started off the season with their first loss. They haven't found another loss since then, 4 straight for them.
And also there's one more thing that we have to touch on. The Wink Wildcats are actually number 9 when it comes to 2A Division 1. So the Wink Wildcats are making a name for themselves right now when it comes to high school football around Texas, and especially when district comes up and we see who else they're going to play. Wink, they have a chance to go higher and higher when it comes to the rankings.
Yeah, that offense has looked incredible this year. Kamad Fashawn, the running back that we saw, 2-time player of the week so far this year. We've only had 4 times of talking about players of the week. He's been in 2 of them. He's looking incredible. He's only a sophomore, so fans of the Wink Wildcats, get ready for another couple years with incredible play from Kamad Fashawn. Well, I mean, that kid's incredible. And if I'm in their district, I'm looking at the Wink Wildcats, I'm seeing that number 9 ranking, I'm saying that is deserved, and I'm a little bit nervous if I'm a defensive player playing against them.
Yes, you definitely have to, pick your poise when it comes to whether it's the pass or if Kamad is going to run all over you.
Yes. All right, let's get to some more games. Big Spring, they had a game against Snyder. Just a 1-possession win for Big Spring, 43-36 for the Steers. They'll be taking on Fort Stockton next week as they start up district play. We're already 5 games in. The non-district schedule is done. A lot of our non-6A teams are going against their district opponents starting up next week. There's one there.
Now, Big Spring, when it comes to the Big Spring Steers, they are in 4A. And definitely when they go into district, it's going to be something that you have to look at to see their opponents, whether it's Monahans or it's going to be the Fort Stocktons of the world. It's going to be
Greenwood.
Or Greenwood as well, too. Now, shout out to the Big Spring Steers. Pretty tough start to the season, but getting the win tonight over Snyder, thumbs up for those guys.
Thumbs up for the Steers. There you go. Yes.
Finally.
A 1-possession win for them. But yeah, 43, I think it was 43 points for them. So yeah, that offense is definitely getting there. All right, let's see some more games. Here's another good 4A matchup. Monahans and Andrews. Tyler Poglich has more on that game's highlights. Tyler, what do you have for us?
Yeah, Jair and Jensen, we're out here tonight at the Mustang Bowl for tonight's matchup between Andrew Mustangs and the Monahan Lobos. Let's take a look at how the first half went for both teams. Both teams coming into tonight's matchup sit at 1-3 to start the year, looking to add that second win on the season. For most of the first half, both offenses were looking to find a groove with moving the ball down the field, but would either have to keep on punting or not able to convert on 4th down. The first points of the night came from the Mustangs after senior kicker Kyle Covington would break the scoreless tie with a field goal to make it a 3-0 ball game. But the Lobos wouldn't let that be the score for too long, as Majestic Williams would give off a majestic run, scoring a 70-yard touchdown to give us the first touchdown of the night, making it a 7-3 game at the end of the first half. In the second half, wouldn't be much scoring as well, as the Monahan Lobos will go on to win tonight's game 21-10. Next week, the Andrew Mustangs will be hosting the Estacada Matadors, while Monahans will be also hosting the Pecos Eagles. Reporting in Andrews for First Alert 7 Sports, I'm Tyler Poglich.
Thank you, Tyler. There's that final score. Monahans 21, Andrews 10. Both teams went into the game at 1-3. That is the second win of the year for Monahans. Andrews, now they won for week 1, so this is 4 losses straight for the Mustangs.
Yeah, very tough start for the Andrews Mustangs. They were very optimistic heading into this season.
Yeah, especially after that week 1 win.
Yeah, very tough for Andrews. I don't really quite even know what to say when it comes to that. Yeah, now I'm sorry, what were you going to say, Jensen?
That was all.
Okay, then. So now we have more games going on. In halftime, the latest update that we have about Alpine and Anthony is that Alpine, they had a lead over Anthony, 39-6. So keep fighting, Buffs, and I'm sure you guys got the win tonight. Over in Ballinger, the Stanton Buffaloes, they got the win 25-21.
All right, there you go. Good job for Stanton. Yeah, looks like Alpine should be done at this point. We don't have a final reported score, but yeah, Alpine looks well on their way to get that win. Let's see some more games. This one came down to the wire. Odessa Compass and the Golden Cranes. Armando Gomez is out there for that one. Armando.
Both teams looking to grab a win tonight to get back on track this season. Odessa Compass offense doing a great job in the first half as they're looking for their first win of the season. Check out the highlights. Both teams playing at Astound Broadband Stadium looking to pick up a win tonight. Odessa Compass hitting the ground early. Kason Smart makes a quick throw to his receiver, Kason Belones, and he finds plenty of daylight ahead and scores a 40-yard touchdown to take an early lead. Crane responds back immediately. Carter Piercy rose to his right and throws it down to the end zone and finds his receiver, Guillermo Partida, for the touchdown. Crane misses the extra point. Odessa Compass on the second drive of the first half. Smart snaps a football and connects to his receiver, Caleb Stout, and he walks in for a 45-yard touchdown to extend the lead. The Cougars back in the red zone. Smart hands it off to Maxwell Tucker and he breaks a tackle and he fights his way into the end zone to double the lead. The Golden Cranes are not giving up yet. Piercy connects with Adam McGuire Jr. for a 35-yard touchdown, and it is now a one-possession game. Golden Crane scores a 2-point conversion. Odessa Compass back in the red zone. Smart fakes a handoff, and he keeps it to himself and scores a touchdown to double the lead again, and he shows some Johnny Football swag in the end zone. The halftime score, Odessa Compass 28, Crane 14.
All right, thank you, Armando. Compass ending up with the win. They maintained that lead 35-28. That is their first win of the season. Crane drops to 1-4. But yeah, first win of the year for Compass and for new head coach Bo Smith.
So congratulations to Bo Smith. I love you, big old teddy bear you.
There you go. Yeah, congrats on getting your first win. All right, some more games to talk about. This one was last night. Reagan County and Ira Ann 34-28 in favor of Ira Ann. Now, the Braves stay undefeated. They are 5-0, and Reagan County was 4-0 going into the game, so Ira Ann hands them their first loss of the season. Jair, we have been talking about these Ira Ann Braves the past couple of weeks with how impressive their offense has been. A couple weeks ago, they had the player of the week with quarterback Prather Schneeman. He had 7 touchdowns in that game. We've been saying that maybe they should be considered for a ranking. We know that Wink is ranked in our area. Maybe Ira Ann needs to get in there as well.
Well, we have a 6-man team in Buena Vista. We have 2A when it comes to the Wildcats. Now, when it comes to the Ira Ann Braves, with what they've been able to do so far this season has been pretty extraordinary. So, I mean, I saw how they went up against Odessa Compass a few weeks ago, and they look like a team that is really up there and definitely should be considered. So this upcoming Monday, we're going to take a look and we're going to see if they finally make it into those rankings, gents.
Yeah, we'll see. As I said, we've been saying maybe they should be considered. I'd say Dave Campbell's needs to give them a ranking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that's fair.
All right, let's get to some more games. Forsan, the opposite of the Ira Ann Braves, 0-5 now after a 44-0 shutout to the Eagles out of ropes. Kermit, 48-3 over Van Horn. That is Kermit's first win of the year. That Forsan score, by the way, shut out for the first time since 2019, Jair. 5 years since the Buffaloes have been shut out.
And one thing that I also have to bring up is that in Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine, they actually predicted the Forsan Buffaloes to win their district.
Oh.
So very tough go so far for the Buffaloes. Now, this is still non-district, so
Yeah.
we'll definitely keep an eye on what happens.
To be fair, it was that they would win the district. You know, yeah, like you said, we haven't gotten to the district yet, so we'll see.
But Jensen, it's a confidence thing when it comes to how you're playing in non-district.
Yeah,
that's the key.
There isn't a lot of confidence in them winning the district after an 0-5 start. But I mean, hey, anything can happen.
That is
true.
See. Anything can happen.
All right, let's talk about our players of the week.
The Player of the Week is brought to you by Ranger Clinic.
I specified players of the week because we have another week of co-players of the week, both of them coming from the Legacy Rebels. Last week, the Rebels got their first win of the season in historic fashion. That man, sophomore quarterback J.P. Reyes, had his first career start, replacing the injured Jaden Rogers. He set a new school record for passing yards in a game with 422, and a lot of those went to senior Aiden Serrano, who you just saw lit up there. Almost 200 yards receiving on 9 catches, giving him the new school record for career receptions.
It means a lot. I mean, it's cool. I mean, my first varsity start, did good, did what I can, and just helped out and I couldn't do it on my O-line and all that stuff. So my receivers, everybody helped out to get that record. So it was cool. It was fun.
And it's pretty neat. Look at this place. It's a big legacy, and for me to be a part of the record books is pretty cool.
Yeah, congratulations to those two on getting into the record books. They'll be playing tomorrow, actually, that is. So we'll get that score tomorrow at 6 and 10. All right, some more games to talk about. Let's go to our 6-man schools. Buena Vista, as you were saying, ranked, Jair, getting a win over the Westbrook Wildcats, 42-36. Buena Vista is 5-0, and that offense has been incredible, deserving of that ranking. This is their first game, despite still winning it, under 50 points for the Longhorns.
Now, like I just mentioned, the Buena Vista Longhorns are ranked as well, going up against the Westbrook Wildcats, a team that is ranked as well, and one team that a lot of 6-man schools around here in West Texas that they're going to say that they need to find a way to beat is the Westbrook Wildcats. The Buena Vista Longhorns, they accomplished that feat tonight.
Yeah.
Now, one team that didn't accomplish that feat was the Garden City Wildcats. They fell to Midland Trinity 48-18, so that's 3 straight losses for Garden City. So tough go for my homeboy Jeff Jones out there.
Yeah, and as you were just talking about, for the Wildcats out of Westbrook, 3 straight losses for Garden City, and now they have to face Westbrook next week. Tough doing there for Garden City. They started 2-0, 3 straight losses though. Tough going for the Bearcats. Let's get some more games going. How about Grand Falls and Midland Holy Cross? Holy Cross 66, Grand Falls 31.
Before we move on, I also want to give a quick shout out to my guy, Jude Mendez. He was sending me some highlights and everything tonight. Holy Cross, I mean, they've just been on a mission. And just shout out to what they've been able to do this season so far. Yes,
and Grand Falls will be taking on Marfa next week. And Marfa played tonight, getting a 1-point loss to the Sanderson Eagles, who remain undefeated on the year, 5-0 for Sanderson. As for the Grady Wildcats, they are 4-1 after their 44-15 win against the Lubbock Titans. There you go, both games there. All you have to do is score 44 points and you win. I guess that's what it takes.
44 points and play defense if you're the Sanderson Eagles.
Yeah.
Now in more games tonight, Robert Lee got the best of San 70-74, and then as for the Fort Davis Indians, they got the win 68-0. Now I wonder what it's like to be at a 6-man football game and you just see 78 points. You see a 78-74 ball game, just a whole lot of offense, no defense. Well, except for Fort Davis that plays defense clearly.
Yeah, if I'm Sands and I put up 74 points, I'm gonna want to win 100% of those games. And the way that you lose those games is in 6-man, because anything can happen. Offense is all over the place in 6-man games. So that is the definition of West Texas 6-man football, I would say, that Robert Lee and Sands game there. All right, let's get to another 6-man school here. How about Balmorhea? They had a similar fate as the Fort Davis Indians, shutting out El Paso 46-0 there. That is Balmorhea's 3rd win of the year. And look, I think we have the final for the Alpine score. We sure do. It was looking 39-6 at halftime. The final score, 55-18. Alpine getting a big win there. That offense really showing up.
Yeah, so Jensen, what are your final thoughts when it comes to tonight?
Well, I would say that I am just shocked that we are already halfway through the season. These teams have already played 5 games. I've been up here with you for 5 weeks. We are on to district play for the majority of the teams in our area. Some of our 6A schools will have a bye week next week. But yeah, we are on to district play. Yes, Midland High will not be having one, but the majority of our 6A schools bye week next week, but a lot of our teams are getting into district play, which is really where things get exciting, where things really start to matter. And it's looking to be a very exciting season at our 4A level. I think that anything can happen there. As we look at some of our 2A schools, like we said, Wink is ranked. Ira Ann is just incredible. Buena Vista is also ranked, still undefeated on the season. Sanderson also undefeated on the season, 5-0. I mean, there's some very impressive schools that can make a lot of noise this year, I think.
Yeah, so we're definitely going to be looking at it over the upcoming weeks. It should be very, very exciting. Make sure that you tune in next Friday and the Friday after that, and the Friday after that, and the Friday after that, and the Friday after that.
Yes, and I'm going to venture to say maybe the Friday after that one as well.
Yeah, there you go. Yes. So anyways, listen, guys, thank you so much for tuning into our YouTube show. Make sure that you tune in next week on First Alert 7 and as well on our YouTube channel
yes.
once again.
Thanks for joining us here.
Yes. So goodbye, football.